Hello, my name is Brian Burke, Product Manager for Bishop Wise-Carver. We're here at MD&M West at Anaheim Convention Center 2014. And today I'm going to go over several of our new products, which is our media focus for 2014. And I'm going to give you a company overview at the beginning here to talk about Bishop Wise-Carver and our two subdivisions, WRW Engineering and Black Diamond Manufacturing. We're going to go over MadeWell radial wheels, QUICKTRAK, and OneTrack. And at the end of the presentation, we'll have some questions and answers. First, some highlights. MadeWell radial wheels is a new design product for simplified assembly. It's very smooth and quiet for superior customer experience when installed in products and equipment, and it's a very low-cost offering as well. QUICKTRAK is new patented track design, which has fingers which hold the track in, and it's fully T-slot frame compatible for any manufacturer's T-slot frames. And you can assemble that from kits of parts or buy it already fully assembled from the factory. OneTrack, a new exciting product, is a seamless guide track that can be designed from any 2D shape in your CAD program, and we machine it from a plate steel in a single piece, out of a single piece for very quick installation. So first up, Bishop Wise-Carver is a WeBank woman-owned certified company, and we do mechanical, electrical, software, and control system integration. And we have three subdivisions: Bishop Wise-Carver, BDM, and WRW. Under Bishop Wise-Carver, we make the OEM automation products, linear motion, rotary motion components, and we help manufacturers and automation solution providers design and engineer motion systems. For WRW, we take it a step further and we do turnkey solutions, embedded intelligence, industrial controls, and engineering services. So we help to marry electronic, software, and hardware design. In BDM, Black Diamond, we do contract manufacturing from prototype up to full production, and we do supply chain kitting, supply chain services, and specialty manufacturing, including heat treating, machining, and assembly. Tomorrow, we're going to have a press event for Black Diamond and WRW together, specifically at 2 o'clock in this room, presented by Ali, our head of engineering, and Aldo, our head of manufacturing. So a quick overview about Bishop Wise-Carver. We make manual and actuated linear guide systems based on guide wheels and track components. We also do rings and with drive technologies including belt, chain, lead screws, and ball screws in a variety of materials including carbon steel, stainless steel, plastics, and aluminum. In the components, they're very easy to understand, easy to install, and easy to adjust. They're self-cleaning and work in all environments from clean room to very harsh factory floor, and they provide very smooth and quiet low friction motion, very high accuracy, and high cycle. They can be very heavy duty applications moving thousands of pounds, or very light duty in polymer using less than 10 pounds. Also available in multiple materials. A step above that is manual linear guides, such as our UtiliTrack line, where they're undriven, and they can be heavy loads up to 2 tons, and they're also very easy to install, easy to adjust for very smooth, low friction motion. Rotary systems are guide wheel based actuators, can be power transmitted using belt, gear teeth, and rack and pinions. They come in standard diameters up to 1.8 meters in a single piece, or can be unlimited diameters attached together. Their precision ground V running surfaces are very accurate, and they can be combined with straight tracks to do ovals or complex shapes like triangles. The more complicated products, like an actuated linear guide, includes the drive mechanism, including belts, roller chains, ball screws, and lead screws. And these are ready for gearbox mounting or motor mounting for control applications. So one of our first products from 2014 is our MadeWell radial wheel. Radial wheel product line includes crown rollers and radial wheels meant for simple applications, including motorized windows and doors, sliding wall panels, adjustable furniture, and machine guards. Here are a few examples. Machine guards that you would typically see in industry include plexiglass or wire mesh type applications, and they can be assembled for sliding out of the way. These products are very useful for having sliding panels. They can also be in CNC routers or tool changers or other types of process equipment. One target application is furniture and motorized windows and doors. These applications can be, heavy-duty glass that slides out of the way, either manual or driven by a belt or chain. So what makes this product unique is the design. It was originally based on the DualVee guide wheel, which is a double row bearing, but we've simplified it with a single row bearing. It's a lot lower cost because it has fewer parts. It's really good for simple loading conditions that I mentioned before. And it has lower load ratings because there's fewer ball bearings inside. It's compatible with DualVee, and so it runs on DualVee itself in similar dimensions in OD. It provides approximately 60% of the basic load capacities of standard DualVee, and that's up to 832 pounds for the size 3 per bearing. The simplified internal design allows it to be a lower cost solution, fewer parts. And it has a single pair of ground running surfaces, an internal V, whereas DualVee has an internal and an outer V, so it's a simplified design there. And it's available in a concentric mounting only. No bushing is required, it's fewer parts, and all you need is a bolt and some washers for mounting it. And here are the recommended fasteners. Size 1 is an M5 screw, up to size 3 with an M8 bolt. The product is available from our China factory, which is controlled by our main Swiss supplier with all of our high quality manufacturing methods implemented there as well. It is marked with China on the outer race, but the quality is there as well. It's available in the same materials as DualVee with 52100 carbon steel and 440C stainless steel. And it includes the same nylon 6/6 ball retainer and the natural butadiene rubber seal shield combination using our same grease, the Shell Albania as well. The temperature ranges of this product is -20 degrees up to positive 100 degrees Celsius. And on the minimum side, it's limited by the grease. And on the maximum size, it's limited by the rubber seal. It has a wider tolerance of the surface finishes, such as the width and the OD, allowing for easier manufacturing and lower cost. So remember, with MadeWell radial wheels, it's 60% of the load capacity of DualVee, but it's at about 50% of the price. The other product that we're featuring in 2014 is QUICKTRAK. QUICKTRAK is a family of linear modular guide components and subassemblies based off of DualVee motion technology. It's fast and easy to assemble using T-nuts and T-slot based kits of parts, and they're cut to length and easily customized for any application. They're mountable to aluminum beam extrusions using very minimal machine shop support with very simple hand tools such as wrenches and Allen wrenches. Its modular extrusions can be cut to length, and the track can be mounted without fasteners. And it has all the benefits of DualVee motion, including the harsh environments, the long serviceable life, and the heavy-duty capacities. The track itself has a patented finger technology on the track wedge, where the DualVee track is pressed into a support, and it's permanently installed with no glues and no track joints. There's two designs, a single edge, which you can see on the left side, which houses one track, and a double edge housing two tracks. The single edge can span wider distances for higher moment loads and has a reference edge on the bottom for aligning to T-slots, whereas the double edge is inherently parallel and can be mounted to any surface. The end holes can also be tapped for mounting to machine frames or installing bumpers or end stops. Size 2 is compatible with 8mm T-slots from any manufacturer using M6 flathead screws, and size 3 will mount with 10mm slots using M8 bolts. These tracks are available seamlessly up to 6 meters long. The way the product is sold is either fully assembled or as kits of parts. You can get a double edge fully assembled with a brake or without a brake, or customized with custom components, maybe machined holes or other products attached to it. Or you can buy it as kits of parts and assemble it yourself, including individual tracks, wheel plate extrusions, and wheel mounting kits, all the way down to the ability to buy an individual component for a replacement or for a custom design using only a single part. In the single edge, a full assembly requires some engineering where we need to understand the T-slot spacing, so you need to work with our application engineers for us to help you do that assembly. But you can also purchase those products individually and build your own system. Here's some of the products that you can see: the track purchased by the meter, the wheel mounting kits, and the brake kits. A brake kit you can add at any time to an assembled system by attaching it to the T-slots on the front of the extrusion. Single edge is the same situation. These extruded carriages are cut to length as a standard length for double edge, but they can be custom lengths for the single edge, spanning wider spans up to 3 meters long. Looking at the components of the wheel mounting kit, you can see that we've included all of the fasteners and wheel covers needed for mounting to the T-slot, including the bottle of lubricating oil. The bushings are new for QUICKTRAK, and they have wider hex flanges or round flanges for spanning the T-slots where there's no metal contact, and it includes a slot for the snap fit wheel cover. Here's a view of the snap fit wheel cover feature. It can snap onto the bushing and attach with a single nylon bolt for very quick and simplified assembly. A brake kit comes with all the necessary fasteners and hardware as well, and the main component that's adjustable is the length of the assembly rod, and that can be cut based on the length of the required span. The kit includes the brake calipers, the manual adjusting handle, and all of the fasteners necessary for clamping to the track. Some of the load capacities are already specified, including the double edge size 2 up to 1,192 pounds radial, and the size 3 double edge 2,652 pounds radial, at a rated life of 87 kilometers of travel and 130 kilometers of travel respectively. On a single edge, it uses the same calculation, the same equations, but we need to determine the spacing of the track to calculate the loads on the wheels, and you would work with our application engineers to help define that equation, to help populate the equation with your answer and calculate the life. The final product that we're focusing on in the early part of 2014 is QUICKTRAK. It's an extension of the PRT2 product line. The PRT2 product line is a ring and track offering. It's one of our most popular products. It includes a broad range of sizes and component types for custom machine assemblies. It's a market-leading product with growing sales every year, yet the traditional offering cannot always meet a customer specification because of its predetermined shapes and profiles. So OneTrack is an extension of that. It's a patent-pending design with 3 key innovations. You can create almost any 2D shape track in a single piece within maximum size limits and bend radii, of course. And a 3-bearing geometry allows the carriage to run around any 2D shaped track. And we can do a gear drive around that shape. The slides and segments are manufactured out of high-strength steel, precision machined, and case hardened. And we can also do custom coatings, including black oxide or nickel plating. Very low distortion and high surface hardness. And we can do this on small products from miniature all the way up to heavy-duty cross-sections. The manufacturing approach allows very parallel and flat components down to within 0.002 flat and parallel. We use high-strength steel, which can be higher than 900 megapascals, which is stronger than a grade 8.8 bolt. We have indentation resistance beyond the maximum load capacity of all V bearings, so the track will not dent. And with surface hardnesses, we do the case depth up to 0.2 millimeters at just about 55 Rockwell C. It's very wear resistant, and with lubrication you get very good service life. The maximum size, which I alluded to before, is up to 5.5 meters by 1 meter rectangle or 1.9 meters square. The size limitation of this is based on the heat treating operation for hardening, and you can do any thickness of plate up to 100 millimeters. Here are some examples of any shape, any size. Here the guide track is machined from a base plate where the center is also solid, and there's no installation or adjustment of the individual pieces around that ring, around that shape. And that plate can become a major structural element. It can be mounted to a T-slot frame or other machine frame. Other variations of that design include the open racetrack in the center, as you can see on the right-hand side, or you can have just a complete ring with no mounting, as you can see on the left side. And I mentioned before, any 2D shape can be accommodated, and you can see that free-form curves are not a problem. If you can draw a shape in your CAD system, we can back figure out where the linear guide would be mounted. They don't have to be complete closed circles. They can be open-ended like a snake, or here you can see a spiral. It also gives us the flexibility with this approach to do flat tracks and flat bearings. In the PRT2 line, we have a floating bearing which can accommodate misalignment or machine frame adjustments. And here you use that in conjunction with a V, where the V side gives you the accuracy and precision, and the flat roller on the other side assists with the load capacity and also helps follow that shape. The final benefit is the gear-driven attributes of PRT2 one-track. A typical ring and track system allows for a gear and pinion to provide drive moment. And with one track, that's machined into the base plate itself. So with a pinion as a fixed plate on the carriage, we design where the gear teeth are to be machined into the plate, and that can be done in a single piece with hardened gears as well. Here are some examples with a hand crank for simple applications. It can be also replaced with the motor. The gear teeth are surface hardened, high tensile steel, just like the V's, for very high driving force and makes for a very durable solution. These gears are fairly difficult to produce because the pitch line is variable. As the track turns or changes shape, the teeth need to get closer or further away from the V guide edge. But we have a dedicated cam system which helps to figure these out. And here's an overview of how that pitch line would move as the carriage goes around the curve. You can see it does not follow the same racetrack, but in fact the pinion needs to move and the gear teeth need to move as it goes around the ring. So a good example of this is available in our trade show booth as well today here in booth 4611. And you can see with the hand crank in a very complex shape, one track can accommodate any motion profile. So please come visit us in our booth, and we're here at ATX West 2014. So in summary, MadeWell radial wheels, a new design, simplified assembly, very smooth and quiet for your customers' applications, and extremely low cost. QUICKTRAK, new patented track design, T-slot frame compatible on any manufacturer, full assembly, or kits of parts available from the factory. And one track, seamless guide track, any 2D shape you can design in your CAD, machined from steel plate, all a single piece installation, very rapid assembly. Thank you.